Hi, students and parents. Let's go into the session of why metaphor is needed in AI era. The AI industry culture is exerting a magnificent and far-reaching influence on the contemporary world. From the core layer of chip design and manufacturing, the construction, training, and deployment of large models, to the closely connected ecosystem layer. Intermediate developments for agents, workflows, skills, and other new components that interface with large AI model. Energy industry, capital finance, mobile, internet, hardware and software, enterprise or personal information service, and users across all sectors of society, including our education. Every participating unit itself contains an ocean-like panorama. As educator who care deeply about the growth of the next generation, who wish to help them to serve others with dignity and efficiency in the future society, fully enjoy the fruits of human civilization, and achieve both spiritual and material abundance, Medford will not delve into the myriad details of this magnificent area of change. That would require hundreds of hours. And those rich details are evolving so rapidly that any summary is already outdated by the time it is written. Okay. What MathForge seek to articulate is this: from a philosophical height to understand AI itself and its impact. This emerging supertool on the future pattern of human work and life. And based on that understanding, to organize effective products first. Even more, eventually, reform outlet education system, enabling the next generation to serve the society of their own time more efficiently and win their own life. Now, at present, the entire human society remain vulgar and fragmented in this Q issue. What Q issue? How to revolutionize or even completely reshape the education system, breaking free from nearly 200 years old Prussian-style modern school model to adopt to the rapidly changing super tool AI era. From parents' perspective, across American society, parents can see that the old paradigm and the social contract of going to good university, get a mid, even high and entry job has failed. Only about one third of families now believe college is worthy. A drop of more than half compared to a decade ago. Parents witness cases of high school students being directly hired into high-tech positions or trained by top tech company directly, or achieving early entrepreneurial success. Yet, they dare not push their own children off the safe track of the established paradigm, striving for a good high school, then a good university, and walking the same well-trodden paths of previous cohorts, full of doubt and and anxiety. Because all the existing education institution and resource are still there, and the past still provides a sense of security. From the frontline entrepreneurs such as Elon Musk, Jason Huang, and Lisa Su has limited time to think deeply about education. To them, it's an outside issue. They simply call on young people to embrace their core industry, embrace AI, and ideally realize AI support one-to-one private tutoring that used to be prohibitively expensive or even offer misguiding advice, such as you don't need to learn programming anymore. This is the suggestion that could cause children to suffer major capability loss in the future and miss out critical opportunities. Yeah, Khan Academy embeds AI cure window within its existing teaching interface. Society has experimented with project-based school, most famously those funded by Zuckerberg and Musk, but they have all failed and closed. Professional mathematicians and mathematics educators such as Torrance Tao and Robert Deep suggest staying tightly focused on core mathematical and physical reasoning ability. Mark Anderson recently proposed the E-shaped capability module. Core capability. Someone's expertise. AI 1, for example, designing. AI 2, for example, architecture. Okay, architecture. And Mark states that he encouraged his own 10-year-old child to define your own learning direction based on interest, because how one learns matters more than what one learns. So let's begin the opinions of MetaForge. The essence of AI is that a contemporary super tool, continuously rapid improving. That is a progressively replacing various level of humans' labor in the domain of information processing. For basic, for basic rule-based operation and the data search, data collection, to the middle level information synthesis and entry-level professional work, such as entry-level coding or understanding law provisions or law provisions. Okay, all the way to the high threshold senior profession judgment and operation, such as diagnosis or customized insurance plan. Various level. Multimodality, multimodality is AI's fundamental starting point, which means that all historical human information access in every format fall within AI's line of sight. Okay. In the future, the collaborative relationship between individual, human, and AI will lead to this. The human individual must continuously move the higher and higher order thinking and the stronger communication and the mastery of key elements. Higher and higher order of thinking. In the same time, stronger and stronger communication and mastery of key elements provide society with better solution to more complicated, complex problems. While the super AI tool itself, driven by demand for high quality implementation, effective advanced thinking, will accurately and tirelessly execute everything within AI's capability range. That's the answers. That's the relationship with human. Therefore, we should cultivate people's, especially teenagers' foreign characteristics. The first one, a strong, stable motivation, released only through action to provide service that genuinely help others and the world more beautiful and abundance because of my work. Together with a moral responsibility to bear the consequences of their own judgment and action. Second, a practical, schedulable, and actionable understanding of every aspect of realizing specific goal. From the complete content of potential user to the core element or details of the solution. To the working principle and the delivery model of the super AI tool. To the way that AI tool collaborate with existing human information legacy. Okay. In other words, a robust, generalistic knowledge base that reached the level of implementation, satisfying the requirements of both solution and enabling tool. This generalist knowledge also includes a full understanding, demonstrate from long-term action of the necessity of continuous iteration. Okay, version 1, 2, 3. The third one, the the foundational ability to inherit humanity's most reliable and precious intellectual heritage about other human beings outside world, and to use it stably to solve medium to high complexity integrated problem. This is analogous to the core strengths of athletes. Only at the foundation of solid core strengths can high skill, high challenge technique be built. In short, the key to cultivating such individual lies on a stack, did not lies on the stacking of skills, parallel skills, no, but in the shaping of personality whose foundation is math thinking ability, whose commitment and orientation is precise realization of service to others, whose contract work is controlled by precise generalist knowledge, okay, whose main axis is continuous iterative action, a courage and a strong character. Okay. Mark Anderson's reason, E E-shape model, capability model, come relatively close to our 3 points. Yeah, but it lacks two credential elements. One, yeah, the solid implementation level generalist knowledge, not only AI. That is a reliable second specialty that can actually be implemented. This element and the motivation and moral responsibility framework. Okay. Compared to Marx E-shaped model, capability model. So, method targets to characteristics number 3 and impact on number 1 and number 2. I repeat these 3 items here. Okay. Among all non-academical disciplines, mathematics, physics, algorithm, algorithm provide the most stable, effective, and inheritable training space for cultivating kind of meta thinking. At the same time, they offer learners the most reliable ways of thinking, the tool sets for solving problems. Reliable tool sets. Refer to the previous session of what is method. It migrates the most powerful mathematical and physical cultivation solution, which has been developed and refined in China for nearly 40 years, and provide an efficient pathway to realize mental thinking ability to people in the democratic world, especially in the English-speaking world, and particularly to the teenagers. Efficiency can transferable, is transferable. The large amount of time and energy saved by forcing core strengths using methodology, combined with contemporary AI-supported rapid learning tool, many tools there. I will not advertise any single product here. Allow relatively high efficiency construction of generalist knowledge. However, superficial knowing, only marketing up textbook so can correctly fill in exam blanks is far from pure generalistic knowledge. Just like an enthusiast without core strength can never truly master the real technique of a sport. No matter how much he protects, practice, how much he practice in technical level, the result is always half-baked and amateurish. The main shortcoming of liberal art undergraduate education in the free world now lies here. Because of insufficient insufficient co-ability and insufficient exploratory motivation, students can't unfold the complete, complex, dialectical process of historical background that produce certain idea. The intricate game and the iterative development among the diverse population. And why they occupy a part of legitimate space of existence. When math thinking foundation is lacking, attempts to pursue critical thinking as a high-level skill can only result in fresh but empty move. So, we must therefore restore the rigorous, rigorous academic standards of decades ago. Well, A-level grades rarely exceeded 5%. Also, it is a complex issue because today's university undergraduate education has its prime task keeping the customer paying students satisfied. Okay, I have no influence on this. Okay, because it is complex. In other words, the formation of truly generalist knowledge can't rely on solely on rapid learning tools. It requires the investment of massive time and energy, strong and stable motivation for inquiry and deduction. Often, it is characterized by deliver output that bring tangible value to others. An article, a speech, a dialogue, a helpful suggestion, or correction of action. Okay, that is very important. Therefore, the importance of high efficiency give mental, mental thinking co-ability. This support this. Even more prominent. And it is mutually reinforcing with the formatting of generalist knowledge. The MedForge solution is likewise a training ground for motivation and responsibility, closing the difficulty of funding disciplinary learning and practice, enable one's man-thinking ability to inherit the contribution of humanity's great thinkers. That is the mission impossible without motivation and accountability. Only with clear and stable motivation, combined with a fair solid foundation of general knowledge, can one achieve the goal. Yeah, knowledge and motivation can achieve the goal. Where the individual is, there is the university, there is the working community. Given the current status of technology and the information service, society service. Okay, that's the individual's ideal status. Where you are, there is the university, there is the working community. Okay, so the rationale for why MedForge is there for this: to introduce and develop in the AI area among teenagers and adults, particularly in the free world, an efficient math-thinking cultivation program that carries the strong mathematics and physics education tradition of humanity. That's the why. Since the era demands MetaForge, the how to handle MetaForge become crucial. In the previous What the MetaForge is session, we gave an overview. In the next session, we will detail the how. So, see you next session. Bye. Bye.